Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I thought I would take you through my brow routine, or in fact, two of my brow, what's this? Two of my brow routines. So I'm going to show you my natural, quick, easy, everyday, fluffy brow. And then I'm going to show you my more carved out, glam, night out, full beat brow. I feel like a lot of brow tutorials here on YouTube are very intimidating. I feel like a lot of them use a lot of products, and again, that can be very expensive and not very practical. And I feel like a lot of them are also very time consuming, which is time that I don't have. I don't have a whole 15 minutes to spend on my brows most days. So both of these brows, the softer, more natural brow and the full glam brow, will take you a few minutes max. They will take you one product plus if you want a brow gel. They will be easy, they will both be pretty soft and pretty natural, and they will only require a couple of minutes of your makeup routine, particularly if you go for the easier brow, the quicker brow. This is kind of the brow I do every day for work, for days out with my kids when I really have moments to get ready. This is the brow I do when I've got more time, when I'm doing full beat glam, when I'm going out and things like that. But either of these brows will take you a few moments, one product and minimal skill. Okay, so I'm going to start off with this brow over here, and this is going to be like my everyday quick and easy and more natural brow. And for this, I'm going to be using the Kat Von D Signature Brow Pencil. This amazing angle, which is a really flat, sharp edge. And if you turn it on its side, it's perfect for hair-like strokes. So start off with the spoolie that is handily on the other end and just brush everything up like this. And then I wind quite a bit of product out, as you can see. That's just my preference. And then I start off by just drawing in short strokes. I use a really light hand with this pencil, but it is a buildable formula, so it is a bit more forgiving. And I do the same at the top, but instead of starting right at the front of the brow, I start where it gets quite thick, because I want to leave this sparse area for upward hair-like strokes. I don't want this area to be too solid where it's nice and sparse. Nice and sparse is just sparse. Now they say that the tail of your brow should end on this angle from your nose to the corner of your eye. So about there's right. So you just drag your tail with the narrowest part of that pencil to wherever you want it to end. And then just using more sort of short strokes, I add some colour to the main part of the brow. And then just brush it all through again, just to kind of make everything nice and even. And then here's where I start my hair-like strokes. So again, making sure you've got a decent amount of the product pushed up and using the thinnest edge. I just start with upward strokes. And I press quite firmly with this pencil to get a nice crisp line. And there you have it. So then I'll just brush these up a little to soften them and just to kind of blend them in with my hair. And that is literally everything I do for my kind of everyday, daytime work brow. Or sometimes I go in with a brow gel, and this is just the MAC Clear Brow Gel, and I avoid where I've drawn those hair-like strokes onto bare skin so I don't smudge them, and just focus on where the hair actually is and just fluff the brow up, and this just makes them nice and fluffy. It's a very natural brow. It's not perfect in any way. It's quite sort of fluffy. I just really like this. It's so quick. It takes a couple of minutes, and this is kind of all I've got time for on like a day-to-day basis. So next, my more dramatic brow. So start off in exactly the same way, brushing all the hairs up. And this time I'm going to use my Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade. So what I like to do with this is I just swirl my brush in there, and I'm using the Sigma EO6 winged liner brush because it's a really nice narrow pointed angled brush, which I find really easy to work with. So then I take all that product into the lid and I just kind of warm it up in there using my brush, just kind of squidge it about till it's more of a paste. And then I wipe all the excess off the brush, so there's a very small amount left on the brush. And then I start in exactly the same way as before. Short strokes with a light hand on the underneath of the brow, just mapping out the shape. And I go really light-handed with this because you can quite easily get carried away. And then the same thing, following the angle on top of the brow and dragging the tail out. You can see how precise this brush is. It's amazing. And then the same on the top, starting where the brow is nice and thick with that upper definition. And because I haven't put any more product on the brush, the top of the brow will naturally be softer than the bottom, which is what I like, because you're just using less product there. And again, just a quick brush through with my spoolie, just to soften it all up. Now I used to think I didn't want to put any more product onto my brush to do the hair-like strokes because I was scared that it would be too much. I've actually found that by reloading the brush with product now, as long as you wipe all the excess off, you actually end up with crisper, more natural hair-like strokes. So I recommend now going with more product, wiping off the excess before you do your strokes. So I start off where there's plenty of brow, so you can kind of blend it in, and using again the narrowest, thinnest bit of the brush and a light hand, start in those strokes. Try not to do too many. I think the temptation is to kind of do loads, but I think the further in towards your nose that you get, you want less and less. I've got the main body of the hair strokes. I like to go and do a couple of darker ones, just to kind of give me a bit of a fluffed up brow. Like that. And then again, I'll go in with my brow gel, avoiding the place where there's no natural hair, so we don't smudge them. And there you have it, one more natural, softer, fluffier brow and one more precise kind of Instagram brow, I guess, or my version of. Obviously this brow with the dip brow takes a lot longer, but it looks to me cleaner and more sort of glam, whereas this one is much more for me for everyday, fluffier, softer, more natural. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, please like and subscribe before you go so I can see you again. Otherwise, take care for now. Bye 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 bye.